Hey folks, Nathan here. This is my YouTube channel. Generally, this YouTube channel is mostly Star Wars content, but as always, I'm doing quick little PlayStation VR Let's Plays of some of the different things I'm playing for PlayStation VR to give you a sense of what they're like. If you're still trying to make a decision on whether or not to pick up a PlayStation VR, and if you already have one or are planning to get one, which of the items... which of the items you might want to pick up.
Current tenant of premises. This is to serve as your final notice for the purposes of terminating your ownership of Croft Manor.
Well, that sucks.
You are required to immediately vacate and surrender possession of said manor to Atlas de Mornay, executor of estates.
What an asshole, man.
It is unfortunate that you have forced my hand in this matter, but so be it.
That's crazy.
As you know, your parents appointed me executor of the estate in the event of their absence. Since your mother disappeared, her death was never technically declared. And given the circumstances surrounding your father's death, it's no surprise that he never drafted a formal last will and testament to account for this circumstance.
Very close.
Unfortunately, you have no legal claims to the estate. I'm willing to negotiate a modest monthly stipend from your trust, but only if you leave the manor by week's end. Don't fight me on this, Lara. Your mother wouldn't want that. Sincerely, Atlas.
There has to be a will or some kind of what happened to Mum in the manor somewhere. Dad's safe.
Okay, so basically what this is, for those who are not quite familiar with it, Rise of the Tomb Raider, the second of the reboot Tomb Raider games, when it comes to the PlayStation version, the 20th Anniversary Celebration Edition, or whatever it's called, there's some added content, of course, for Blood Ties, and Blood Ties can be played in a standard gameplay, or Blood Ties can be played in VR. You have to turn on a VR option, have the PlayStation VR actually turned on while you're in the game before you select it, and then you can select Blood Ties and jump into it in VR. But as you can see, this is not a typical Tomb Raider type of mission. We just saw Lara Croft. I was actually kind of surprised that we actually saw her in the environment at all in VR, which looked pretty cool. It's a solid character model, though, of course, the resolution is going to be different on VR versus when you're just playing a regular screen. But now, of course, you are Lara with no body or anything, right? Like many VR games, you're essentially floating, and it's basically a point-and-click adventure kind of thing. It's not the action type of game that you would expect from something called Tomb Raider. So if you're looking for a VR Tomb Raider experience that mirrors the main game, this is not it. On the other hand, if you're just looking for something else that delves more into the life of Lara Croft and a chance to explore Croft Manor, that is what we're getting here. There are different motion settings, free movement, and teleport. Teleport's what I'm using now. It won't let you even try free movement until you've already tried teleport. So hold L2 and tilt the controller to aim towards your teleporting location. And you do have your ba-doom. Click down the right button to see objects of interest kind of thing. I'm not sure I'm going to go through the entire process here, but whoa! Wanted to give you a chance to see how this works. There we go. Okay. Alright, so we have a couple of things over here at the desk that we can investigate. So let's send Lara... Wow, this is really not an ideal teleporting style. But whatever. Interacting with a square button, just like in the main game.
My birthday crown. I was so proud of that thing. That's my handwriting. My penmanship was pretty good.
Well, okay then. Fantastic. Oh, and now it has disappeared. Something else over there. So let's aim. Oh, there's another picture. Let's look at the picture.
Liked me to go to Oxford, but I insisted on UCL. Yep, looks real. Roth once offered to forge me a fake diploma to show Dad.
Okie Not sure I'm digging the setup of the screen here, because it opens up the way that it opens up in the main game. Object on the left, text about it on the right with the clues about it, but what it's doing is it's putting it I mean, you already seem when you're playing like you're shorter than you should be. I almost feel like I'm on my knees while I'm playing right now, and reorienting isn't doing a whole lot to fix that. It's like the floor is coming up to my ankles, and I'm only like 5'4", 5'5" anyway. So someone who's much taller is going to feel really kind of weird playing. But when you open up that screen, you'll see here...
Well,
not on this one, apparently.
I met someone tonight, quite unexpectedly.
See with the other
But
ones.
it shouldn't have been, it seems.
That it makes it kind of hard to see because you almost want to lean back and look.
So distracted by my latest revelations, I never bothered to notice my surroundings.
Holy crap.
But there she was, sitting at my table in the library. Her name is Amelia. And apparently she's been studying right next to me. Art history, of all things.
It's a trap!
I shared some of my research against my better judgment, but I wanted to see how she would respond. And she did not disappoint. I felt as if I was suddenly engaged in a mental game of chess.
He was engaged in a game of chess, kind of like Chess Ultra for PlayStation VR, except maybe without the glitches.
Had to shush us as if we were children. I feel so foolish for not having noticed her earlier. She's a brilliant woman who's challenged my ideas for the first time in memory. In truth, I don't know if she's feeling as exhilarated as I am right now, but I dare say our conversation was mutually stimulating. For the first time in a long time, I find myself thinking about something else besides my research. I hope she returns for another round tomorrow.
Of course, we meet Amelia as one of the major players.
Challenging each other from the
Or
start.
excuse me, that's not Amelia. Amelia's the mom. It's the other. There's a woman who has ties into her father's past that winds up being one of the main characters of Rise of the Tomb Raider. Okay, so checking. Nothing else over here to check out. So let's teleport over here.
A picture with Dad.
Yeah, this is what I meant. So this is straight. This is slightly to the right. This is all the way turning towards the right. So it's weird. It's pulling it up in a way that mirrors the way that the main game shows you the artifacts that you've collected, but in doing so is doing it
Never liked wearing
in a
dresses,
frustrating kind of way.
but
Anna,
the
that's
colour
her
was
name.
nice.
Okay, so, okay, whatever.
This is probably my grandfather Benjamin.
Benny boy. Alright, I see another safe kind of thing here. There's the safe, and then there's... Whoop. Damn it. Turn. Teleport. There we go. Turn. She's not going to be able to do it. Oh, she is able to open it.
One of Dad's Yoruba masks. A gift from a friend he met on an expedition in Nigeria.
Okay, fine. Lovely. That's lovely, Laura. Okay, we got a couple things I guess apparently I can open over there. Let's go right here and turn.
I finally introduced Richard to the family. It went precisely how I imagined. I see but polite grace from mother, indifference and disinterest from father, and thinly veiled contempt from Atlas.
Well, he is busy holding up that
Of course they don't
planet.
approve. To them, Lord Croft is the man who took away their beloved daughter and ruined her long-standing engagement, though I was never going to marry that repugnant Earl of Farringdon anyway. One might think they would be happy that I was being courted by a genuine lord of the realm. It just happens to be Richard Croft. In their eyes, the man who single-handedly ruined a once great family. But there's nothing to be done
Wait
now.
a minute's over.
Watching how Richard dealt with their subtle insults and disrespect. Such grace and calm. I know he did it for me. But I think I'm falling in love with this man. It will break my mother's heart, but I cannot live the life she imagined for me. My time with Richard has only made this clearer.
Yes, they don't like Richard,
It
so
must have
they
been
think he's a
hard
dick.
for Mum to go against her family's wishes. I'm glad she did.
Because then you would never have been born. Or reborn, given the fact that this is, what, the second time they've rebooted Tomb Raider?
Dad's map of the forgotten cities of northern Syria. He was closer than he knew to finding the Prophet's tomb.
Yep. And by the way, you don't get access to this until you finish the level called The Prophet's Tomb in Tomb Raider, in Rise of the Tomb Raider. Anything? Nothing of interest? Okay, awesome. Why did you just let me go there? Fantastic.
Dad's book about immortality myths might be useful in my research.
Truth Behind Myth by Lord Richard Croft. Doesn't sound pretentious at all. Alright. So now we're stepping out of the room here. That must be something I need to see, I suppose, if it's going to be giving me the...
the library.
Oh. Interesting. So we got a little table to check out, plus this.
This is the map I made for my first expedition with Dad. It shows a path to the library through the servants' passages.
Okay. That's lovely. You are here. And it says one of two.
Wait, I can get to the library through the old servants' corridor.
Okay, why can I not move Laura somewhere else? I can move her there. Okay. Somewhere essential to completing the story. Yes. Not a bloody shock, that.
Dad's artifacts from the Nile Valley. I always loved looking at these. Dad became interested in immortality myths after his expeditions to Egypt.
That's what, an Ankh? That was called an Ankh? Alright, well, we'll go there in a second. I'm going to continue exploring this. Ah, shit, there's a lot of stuff to explore, apparently. I mean, again, it's not that it's a crap experience, but it is definitely not what one would usually have expected from something called Tomb Raider. I mean, it is, in effect, a point-and-click adventure.
Hi, Dad. I've been thinking about Mum lately. I wish I knew more about her. How did you meet? What was she like? Winston told me that she was a brilliant artist. Are some of her paintings locked up in the West Wing? And I guess I just want to know.
Yep.
Did she
Trump
love
has
me,
'em.
Dad? Did she ever say that she
They're
did?
brilliant paintings.
Maybe I'm
She was a
just being
brilliant
silly.
artist.
But
We
will
gotta
you tell
keep 'em
me
here.
more about her the next time I'm home from school?
When it came to art, she was big league. And he says big league, not big league. But everybody thinks it's big league. Yay! Free movement is now unlocked. Yeah, I don't care.
Lara, I've reviewed the report from your therapist.
Woo!
I have to say I was surprised to see a clean bill of health.
I thought you were
I somehow
batshit
doubt
insane.
you so easily abandoned your irrational claims. Indeed, where have you been the past few weeks? My secretary discovered that you booked a flight to Turkey on the 20th. You can't have been simply sightseeing, as your customs claims suggest. I know you're up to something, and I'll be damned if I let you use the Croft assets to indulge the same obsession that led to my sister's death. It's not too late to relinquish your claims on the man of
His
Ontario.
uncle, or her uncle.
If you refuse, I will find a way to cut you off. Sincerely, Atlas.
Yes. He will find a way to cut her off, despite the fact that she's Lara Croft and she could probably kill him with a finger. Cool.
Well, hello there, Sir Lancelot. Don't worry, I won't be boring your sword this time.
Okay. Ah. Nice atmosphere. I mean, doesn't look particularly clear or well designed per se, but nice atmosphere. It reminds me of when you're looking out the windows in Dying Reborn VR. Though I'm not sure if it is favorable to compare any game to Dying Reborn
I
VR.
always loved playing in here as a kid. This will be one of the first things to fix.
Ooh, there's another one down there. Whoa!
A phoenix figurine. I bet this appealed to Dad's idea of immortality, of rising from the ashes and being born anew.
Well, okay then. For what it's worth, by the way, I did not check out the safe in the other room because I know that the idea is you're supposed to be finding a combination to the like certain things, like the save. So, opening this requires the master key.
This belongs to Anna. Most of her belongings are in the guest house. What was she doing in here? Someone has a sense of humor.
Stop smoking, love. Ah. Yeah. Probably would have been best to just take the cigarettes. Just saying. Make sure I'm not skipping any rooms or something up here.
Lara, you know the West Wing is off limits.
I'm sorry, I just wanted to see...
We've been through this.
Haunting!
What's Mum's room in here?
Just stay out of there, darling.
Wait, you're
Dad
saying
was
that
always so protective of
Mom
the West
had a
Wing.
room that she didn't share with Dad? I think there are bigger issues involved. Yeah, let me go check out that. I'll show you the safe I was talking about. This.
Needs a combination.
Needs a
It's got to be
combination.
in Dad's papers somewhere. Maybe in the library.
Right, so I need to go to the library. And apparently I need it through this.
Too dark. Going to need a flashlight.
Okay. That is pretty damn dark. You've got it. I will admit that. Though I have not seen a flashlight yet. That's the library door. That's not going to be open.
There's got to be another way through.
I do my boom. That's how I tend to play the game, by the way. A whole lot of boom. To make sure I'm not missing a ton of collectibles and stuff like that. That's not a flashlight. I'm assuming you can't use the space heater. Although it puts off a little bit of light. Your battery's going to run down on your laptop there, Lara. Alright, so maybe I gotta check downstairs to find a flashlight. I mean, I haven't been down here yet.
What are you doing?
The offer came
Oh,
in the
another
post
one.
last week, and I still haven't told Richard. He flew ahead to Tibet, where I will meet him shortly. I never told him I was submitting my work.
This is one of the
Never
things
thought there
that's
was a chance of being accepted.
helpful
Oh, but
with
a gallery
PlayStation
tour is
VR
not
Pro
something I
is
can
or
pass
PlayStation
up.
Pro with PlayStation
The
VR
show
is
will take me away
text
from
like
England
this is
for over
clearer.
a year. I'll begin in New York and travel across the United States and oh God, I'm giddy
Oh,
even
good
writing
Lord.
these words. When Richard and I were married, I was prepared to relegate my painting to a hobby, but it was Richard who objected, who gave me my atelier and studio.
Atelier.
Without that support, I might still be painting boring landscapes. Now I can't shake the foolish sensation that leaving would be a betrayal. He will laugh at that and insist I accept, even though I know it will break his heart to be apart. He never once asked me to sacrifice any part of my life for his. I have, of course, in 1,000 small ways over the years, but he would never ask. The discussion can wait, and I will join him in Tibet. I won't cast a shadow over his find. I will be by his side in his triumph, as I know he will stand by my side, in time.
You're on the floor, Mistress Lara.
Looking at the compass, thinking.
What about, if I may inquire?
Just thinking about discovering faraway places, about finding adventure.
I'm sure you will, my lady. You've the soul of an explorer. But don't grow up too fast.
Well, okay then.
Another one of Dad's immortality artifacts. I think Roth bought this for him from a trader in Greece.
Roth, by the way, Roth, is a character in the first Tomb Raider game, if you haven't played that one.
Lara,
Oh, for...
since your return from your expedition to Yamatai, I've grown increasingly alarmed
Which
at
was
your
the first
erratic
game.
behavior. I can only assume you suffered some kind of psychological trauma and are only acting out as a call for help. I want you to know that I hear you, loud and clear. Anna and I agree that it's time for
Anna,
you to be evaluated
Rise
by
of
a
the Tomb Raider.
professional. I took the liberty of
Okay, so
arranging
that'll
an
lead up
introduction
to
to a highly qualified colleague
what it
of
said
mine.
on
You should be
the other
receiving
one.
the details in the post soon. I want to impress upon you the importance of this, Lara. As executor of the estate, it is my duty to see that it is left in capable hands. And if I may be blunt, you're acting like your father when he was at his worst. He nearly lost the manor himself in those days. I'd hate for you to repeat his mistakes. I encourage you to embrace the help I'm offering. Sincerely, your uncle.
Oh. I know it's point-and-click adventure, but oh my god. Oh my god. I can't take it. Ooh, phone.
Hey, Jonah. Sorry for not getting back to you
Jonah
sooner.
from,
I decided to do some
Rise of the Tomb
research
Raider?
at the manor. A lot has happened, and I need some time to think about what I want to do next. This old place is filled with memories and secrets. Uncle Atlas has tried to keep me out of here for so long I don't even know if I want to keep it. But after everything that's happened, maybe I can find out what it still means to me. If it's worth fighting him for. I'll let you know how things worked out when I'm back in London.
Well, okay then. Ooh, something I can open.
Got to remember to pack this for my next trip.
That's the flashlight. Flashlight. The flashlight will turn on automatically when entering dark areas. Okay. Access the servants' passage. Well, I was trying to earlier, but you wouldn't let me because you're a douche, because you said I'm afraid of the dark. Nah, because I bump into shit. Now I can step inside. Okay, and it's controlled by the direction of the light bar on the DualShock 4. That's not going to get annoying or anything.
Amelia.
Damn it!
The news has reached Mother. She knows that you broke off your engagement with the Earl of Farringdon. She is beside herself with worry. But, for the moment, she's controlling the narrative. As far as anyone knows, you're just having innocent second thoughts. But the moment your affair with Lord Croft goes public, it will be too late. Our name will be as ruined as this man you've chosen to bed. Don't you see that you're being selfish, Amelia? Please, consider your family. You're a de Mornay.
What about
Everything
Rebecca?
you do has a greater effect on us
What
all.
will be the effect on her
Coming
and
down
her
to
movie
that,
career?
Don't do anything rash until we have a chance to talk.
As opposed to don't do anything about that rash, because, you know, that kind of thing needs to be taken care of quickly. Yep, got another one down here.
They say a good test of a relationship is how well you travel together. Well, I'd
Who
say
controls the
Amelia and
radio?
I have passed that test with flying colours. Indeed, these
Ooh,
last
colours
2 months
with a
in
U,
Egypt have
so
been
British.
nothing short of extraordinary. She and Roth get on like old uni chums. In fact, the two have spent more than a few nights drinking and playing cards into the wee hours. Despite her decidedly proper upbringing, Amelia's taken to roughing it more than I ever have. She fits in and connects with the local populace with such amazing empathy. Because of her, I've had a bit of an unexpected breakthrough in my research. She managed to convince an artifact dealer in Old Town to sell me a magnificent and quite unusual Tibetan scroll. From what I can tell, it seems to contain details surrounding an immortality ritual of some sort. I think it's time for me to take the next step with Amelia. In fact, I don't think I can wait any longer. I will ask for her hand tomorrow in the bright Egyptian sun amidst the dust and ruins.
And I mean that in a
Surprised
marriage sort
he
of
asked
way.
her to marry him
Not
as
in
soon
a
as he got the
traditional
idea.
Middle Eastern, you
Falling
just
apart.
stole some shit
Maybe I
from
should
me,
just
so
let
I'm
my
going to
uncle
take
have
your
this
hand.
place.
That's a different kind of thing. Guess I should be glad I can do the teleport thing, because walking all this way would have been kind of annoying. Oh, it's something. It's something.
Amelia, I know we have had our differences in recent years. I've tried my best to keep an open mind about your relationship with Richard, but I just can't let you go on this ill-conceived expedition without saying my piece. You say Richard's theories have merit. You say that he may have actually stumbled upon some mythic, unknown truth, but I have seen nothing to support such claims. And
Just
while your word may have
close-minded,
been enough in
man.
times past, I cannot let you squander away what remains of your name and reputation, and that of our family, truth be told, on some damned foolish crusade. I intend
your
to go to
father did.
Richard's investors and let them know exactly how he's spending their money. But I want to give you a chance to put a stop to this yourself. Please, don't go to Tibet. If not for me, at least for Lara.
All right. And we're walking. Well, this isn't creepy down here at all.
Still just as creepy as I remember.
Woman, I just said that. Ooh. Secret passage.
My lord, I hope this missive finds you on a successful expedition and in good health. Before I bore you with estate affairs, I wanted to let you know that our little angel has been into some mischief. As always, I indulged her in our usual game of chess. Over the course of the game, she broached the subject of her mother. She's having trouble
Talking about me behind my
now,
back?
and wanted to enter her ladyship's atelier, which you sealed off, to play on her mother's piano. It enraged her when she wasn't allowed to go in, of course. For someone so young, she has such strong emotions. Later in the day, she set
Yes,
a
because
trap
young
for
people
me
and strong
in
emotions
the
don't tend to go
walk-in
together.
freezer,
Have you met
of all
a teenager?
places. Before I knew what was happening, I found myself locked inside. Mrs. Sheffield discovered me an hour later, shivering and somewhat peeved. It took us an additional hour to find Lara in the grounds. I know all her hiding places, of course, but this time she really did not want to be found. Call it
And then I
years of
beat her.
observation, but I can tell when she's out of sorts. My lord, if I may be so bold, she misses you fiercely. She is lonely for her father. Please consider a call as soon as you are able.
Poor Winston. I remember being so angry. He was always so patient with me.
All right, what we got? Anything over here to check out? Yes, apparently.
King to Queen 1. I'm going to win this time, Winston.
Clever girl. But you should know by now, winning
She's a
isn't
velociraptor.
everything.
Clever girl.
Queen to King's Bishop 6. Check.
Easy for you to say. You always win. Knight takes Queen.
What I mean to say is try to enjoy the journey, Lara. Don't rush to victory. Bishop to King 7.
I know, Winston. I just want... Oh no! I didn't even see that.
You should also know by now, I'm not to be trifled with on this board, young lady. Mate.
Oh, I am going to win. Someday.
I would play chess with our old butler Winston on this board. Never could beat him. I always chose white. Maybe if I let him go first once in a while, I might have won.
Maybe if you weren't racist, always choosing white over black, biatch. It's like he's looking for things to joke about because he's bored.
I'm at a crossroads now. Good Lord, that's such a cliche. But there's truth in it. Two roads before me. Both present joy
And I thought the
and
road
compromise.
less traveled.
A life with Richard, adventure, intellectual pursuit, perhaps a new family. But also a man obsessed with something I cannot understand. Or a life of obligation, upholding the De Mornay name, embracing our traditions, not losing the family
Playing in the
that
next
raised
Three
me.
Musketeers film for Disney?
This really is a rubbish choice. I don't want to lose them, but I love the life I've started to build with Richard. He comes with his own difficulties, but I can accept them. Will it be enough?
No. Okay. Alright. By the way, while I'm doing this, my plan actually was to show you guys multiple... Ew, rats. Multiple, games today. Have I seen this one?
Everything is almost ready for Mistress Lara's birthday expedition.
But
surprise.
Spider-Man Homecoming won't let you broadcast
It's been a
it.
bit of an all-hands-on-deck effort organizing the affair and keeping it secret.
The VR experience,
She's
that is.
obsessed with Egypt, memorizing hieroglyphs and ancient Egyptian districts. so she'll be delighted with what Lord Croft has come up with. This will be good for her. She's been acting up of late, but I know she's just craving more of her father's attention. He's been so buried in his research. It'll be a nice moment for the two of them to reconnect. And I do believe he needs it as much as she does.
Whoa! Shit. Okay. Oh, there's that other one that I just moved. Alright, so I guess I need to move this one back into place. Because I just closed myself off. Or no, I just need to move this to get where I need to go. Right? Right? Ding dong, ding ding dong. What? No traditional Lara Croft reboot movie? Music? Anything else? No. Alright.
Dad, this is it! The basement of despair!
Indeed, Lara. Muster your
Basement
courage.
of
for
despair.
This is the only path to the Library of Infinite Knowledge.
Look there! See the string?
An ancient Egyptian tripwire. The Keepers of Knowledge want none to disturb their treasures. We must tread carefully.
Let me lead. I know how to spot all the traps.
I'm sure you do, my darling. Lead on.
Alright, I can't interact with that from this side. Interact with. Nothing that way. Just that thing on the ground.
One of the wire traps Winston made for my birthday expedition. Winston used my hair ribbons to make this. He and Dad put a lot of work into this birthday surprise.
Y'all were nerds, man. Total nerds.
Water damage from the main hall above.
I feel like I missed something up here. Because I didn't go, I guess, all the way. Maybe I didn't. Anything else down here of use? Using her crazy Lara Croft sonar. Oh, there's the other one. The Anubis thing.
This bust of Anubis was from Dad's Egyptian collection. He must have put it down in the basement for our little expedition.
Hey, I know better than that. That wasn't from Egypt. That thing's from Stargate. Liar. Liar, Croft.
Plans for adding electricity to the manor. Dad used to say his granny hated all the bright lights. There's a missing page.
Oh, okay.
Amelia left tonight. She packed her suitcase and walked right out of here, and I didn't even notice. Like those days in the Oxford Library before we even met. I just had my nose in a book, lost in my own world.
But I promise I'm not
such a
neglectful.
fool. I have let my obsession with this damned ritual of long life rule my better judgment for far too long, and it may already be too late. How could I have not seen this coming. I've made this mistake over and over, always putting my research before my personal life. But it's never hurt like this before. I simply cannot live without her. If I have to give up this accursed quest that has plagued me for so long, then so be it. I am going after her, right now, tonight.
You're still kind of talking about the same thing, because you're looking for a quest for long life, and you just said you can't live without her, so it's still about life.
Dad's ledger
Finally.
has to be in here somewhere. Hopefully it has the combination to the safe.
Alright. Search for the combination in the library. Alright, so let's do this in a somewhat methodical fashion. I know, you're probably like, oh my god, this is driving me nuts. It's driving me nuts too.
I've created a clever little map for Lara's birthday expedition. I used the invisible ink Amelia picked up for me
so
in
there's
Morocco
invisible ink
so
apparently
many
is
years
important.
ago. At the time, I remember being so annoyed by that rather aggressive street vendor, but she just smiled in her sunny way and paid him without a second thought. I assumed it was just a tourist scam, but it actually works. Turns out it requires a very specific kind of vellum and a heat source to illuminate the ink after it's dried. It should prove a nice challenge for Lara to puzzle out.
I'm assuming at some point then that I'm going to be dealing with invisible ink. Okay. Alright, I'm going to stick with the ground floor for now.
I remember this now.
Oh.
Each district in ancient
Save combination
Egypt had
clues,
a
it says.
symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Okay, so that'll be useful, I'm sure.
Let me see. These two myths are referencing the same source material. But where did I see this image?
Dad, I think it's this one, in the chapter on Egyptian districts.
Why, yes, I think you're right, Lara.
I remember the page with the illustration of Ra.
My goodness, you've been paying attention, haven't you? This could be an important breakthrough.
Does this mean I'm your research assistant?
That and more, my darling girl.
Okay.
Takes me back.
Good times, good times.
The best times. One of Winston's notes. He always hid sweets for me to find.
Okay. Alright, so that's interesting. The that thing I can actually
This was
still
always
access.
One of my favorite books in this
Oh, no,
library.
it is different.
I used to trace hieroglyphs.
Huh. Interesting. So there was something on top of it, then there was that. Interesting. I almost missed it. Oh, here's another one to listen to.
I've reached the monastery. As Roth predicted, it was hidden deep in the Himalayas. And now that I'm standing on these high stone walls, I am overwhelmed by the sheer beauty of the mountains that surround me. It is simply breathtaking. But what adds to their spiritual majesty is the truth of this place. The monks welcomed me, as is their way, but they seemed to expect me. They must have known someone like me would eventually come seeking answers. I know this is the place. They've conducted the ritual before. I have seen the evidence, the distinctive symbols carved into the floors, the art displayed on the inner chamber's walls. They've created the elixir before, and they will
Elixir?
again if I can convince
Not
them.
an elixir, an
I
elixir.
sent Amelia a message straight away. I want her by my side for this discovery.
It's a good thing you sent it
That
straight
was
away,
looking
because
for
the
an
shortest
elixir.
distance between
Was it
2
the
points is a
elixir of
straight
life?
line. Yo. Oh, wait. You're being British again.
For God's sake, memorize the combination, you fool.
There we go.
Lara's expedition treasure. My
Okay.
favorite painting by Amelia. The day of our wedding anniversary.
Okay, so the only thing we've seen so far with treasure for Laura, unless it's that little trap thing, the little ring-looking thing, was she did have that picture of her with a crown, but there was nothing on it. So maybe we're supposed to find the crown itself. My favorite painting by Amelia, I'm assuming that's going to be in that art gallery place that we have to get into. And day of our wedding anniversary, I haven't seen anything on that yet, I don't think.
Okay.
But that's good.
got
We
to
know what order
find
they're in.
those objects to figure out the combination to the safe. There's something else. Dad's lighter. I don't remember him ever using it, though. The Croft family crest and initials PC. I wonder if this belonged to my grandfather.
Or perhaps he bought it in British Columbia.
Okay.
Oh, I have a lighter now.
Should be
Press
able
and
to
hold
light
when
the
near
fireplace
fireplaces to light them. Sweet. Sweet. Of course, this place will probably burn down given the fact that, you know, it's such a wreck, but, you know. First things first, ambiance. What we got?
I always accepted that Richard's rather unorthodox research was just something I had to live with. But this time, the thrill of discovery has taken hold of me.
Oh, goodness.
I never imagined I could be drawn in this way. Richard cabled to tell me he's found the monastery.
You're an artist.
The symbol
You didn't know you could be
deciphered in
drawn
the
a certain
scroll was
way?
the key to
Oh,
its
wait,
location.
wrong draw.
I don't know if I honestly believe that this will lead to the fabled elixir of life, but I can't help but feel that a great secret awaits us there. My brother was threatening to shut down the expedition, but I managed to talk him down for the time being. Now I am going to meet Richard. I would bring Lara if I could, but she's still too young. She'll be in good hands with Winston, and when we return, her parents might just be a bit more famous.
Well, okay then. Alright. I don't know. Well, that's the little thing to get up higher. I'll check that out in a minute. I need to make sure I hit all the ground floor first. Ooh, a gramophone.
This music is familiar. It's beautiful.
Sure, lady. What we got? A headless knight.
It appears Sir Reginald's helmet fell off. Or didn't I put it back properly?
Maybe you didn't put it back properly. Can I go in here? Of course, another one that requires the master key. Alright, so I guess I'm going up. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Move back from scenery. I guess I'm using this then. Woo! Alright, so what do we got? I'll just start on the end and work my way around. Nothing. 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 I will say, I do like the whole Assassin's Creed vision.
Blank, except for the image of a key.
Ah! Aha! Expedition map 2 of 2. Okay, well that...
I remember this map now.
And
It
a heat
leads
source.
to the master key.
Yeah,
we made
downstairs.
it with a special kind of invisible ink. It could only be seen
Another
with the
thing that
heat
needs
of a fire.
Alright, then. Let me guess. Key? No.
I think I stashed one of Winston's master keys in here when I was a kid.
Yeah, except we can't get in. Unless... I'm expected to... I mean, I guess the obvious thing now is if you don't have anything else you can definitely do the one thing you can, which is take that thing to the fire.
I can see the map. Looks like the key is hidden under a trunk near the bookcase.
Hidden under a trunk near the bookcase. So, there's a table, there's the fire. There should be a trunk. Back and
X
to the
marks
left.
the spot, as they say.
Back and to the left. This thing. Can I move it? Okay, let's try it over here. There we go.
The master key. This should get me into the West Wing.
All it takes is a master key? I thought it took Russian collusion.
Right. This should open most rooms in the manor, including the Forbidden West Wing.
Ooh, the Forbidden West Wing. Now, are you saying it's a Forbidden West Wing because you're a woman and Hillary only got so close? I mean, it doesn't mean it's forbidden. It just means that she didn't do it. Have heart. Or take heart or something. Alright, let's go. Now that we got a key, now we're cooking with gas. What we got?
The Pharaoh's crown.
There we
from my
go.
birthday
There's her
treasure
crown.
Hunt. What was I again? 6?
Shaking like a
8?
mother.
I think this hieroglyph corresponds
Okay, that was the
to a
first one.
number.
So it's
Which one?
double birdies is the first clue. Double birdies. What is this?
Okay. Dad's
Whoa.
clues mention Mum's paintings and their anniversary. Hopefully I can find some answers in the West Wing.
Alright, so let's try in here. Wait, I'm back in the office again. Okay, so all that did was just open the door to the office. Okay, now I'm trying to remember if there were other... I know there's other locked doors.
Worse than I thought.
Wow! Now this is really cool. From a VR perspective, most of this has been traveling around. It just feels like a mundane environment. But something like this, you kind of know what this should look like in real life, and it should be kind of an overwhelming, almost senses thing, given the fact that you don't see this every day necessarily, unless your job is to clean up stuff like this. So from a VR standpoint, this actually feels really cool to be near. You almost feel like you could reach out and touch the leaves and such. That is an awesome design choice right there. Gotta hand it to him for that one. Oh, man. It's like I feel like I'm gonna forget to check everywhere in here if I don't.
Mum's atelier. Dad sealed it soon after she died. Okay, Laura, keep it together. You're starting to see things.
I didn't. Ooh.
My lord, we all hope your work was well received at the conference and look forward to your return. As is so often the case with these missives, I wanted to call your attention to an incident involving our little angel. It seems that Lara has been the subject of some ridicule amongst the other girls at school. From what I can gather, some of the other young ladies were teasing her for being too much of a tomboy. You know how Lara can get when pushed into a corner.
Nobody puts Laura in a corner.
Let's just say they won't be bothering her again.
She beat the shit out of them.
But I do think their words have had an effect. I believe Lara has been missing her mother lately. She's begun to worry that she isn't like the other girls. And having grown up with only a father, it shouldn't come as a surprise that she has trouble relating to them. I wonder if this new friend of yours, Anna, is it?
Dang.
Perhaps she might prove a welcome
So yes,
influence.
Anna was to a degree
it might be
a
worth bringing
motherly
her to the
figure.
manor to meet Lara. In any case, I'll
And
let
then we
you
play Rise of
decide
the Tomb
proper
Raider and all
time
that
to do
gets,
that.
you know,
Please travel home safely.
out of whack. We'll put it that
Yours,
way.
Winston.
Mum's
Now,
atelier.
Winston,
Dad sealed it
you
soon
may be
after
the
she
servant,
died.
but
He
you're not
probably couldn't
his.
bear the idea of removing any of her belongings. Untouched for years, exactly as she left it.
Cute. Okay, let's go.
I stood up to my family's criticism, stood in defense of Richard and our love.
Good going.
But as my new life began in Croft Manor, doubt set in.
Dope.
How could love flourish in these cavernous halls and endless passageways? Had I made a terrible mistake?
I don't know.
I have never been more delighted to be wrong. Richard welcomed me to the manor, my new home, with a game. It was a clue, written in jumbled words
Although I am
from
native here into
5
the manor
different
born.
languages, but it pointed the way forward. The next clue was a seemingly blank piece of parchment in the kitchen, where the heat of a candle revealed a message written in lemon juice. I followed each step, grinning like a child as I solved his riddles and chased the trail to its end. A white cloth stretched out on the lawn where a picnic was laid out. We laughed and ate, and my doubt vanished with the last of the morning mist. Love can and will endure.
Of course, the food was all cold by the time I figured out all of his clues. He probably should have just said, "Hey, honey, it's lunchtime." But, you know.
You've almost got it, darling. Here, let me show you. Like this, see? Well done, Lara. Well done.
I wonder how my life would have been different had she lived.
You would have had a mom. Wait, that was a rhetorical question. Okay. Just a couple over there. And one over there.
Mum's paintings. Which one was Dad's favorite?
I returned home this afternoon to collect the last of my paintings. I suppose I should say I returned to my family's home. Atlas was there, in one of his foul moods, and even as he dripped venom for Richard with his cruel barbs, I could only laugh.
Atlas is a
to
dick.
think that I once listened to my bitter brother in matters of my own happiness. My dismissal only served to infuriate him more.
Oh, there we go. There's a clue.
I left him there in Father's study, muttering to himself.
Darren.
On the drive back,
Capital letters.
as Winston took a longer route through the country, I looked through my paintings, Richard's favourite one among them, a simple abstract with blocks of red. I smiled, thinking about giving it to him. I was happy, and I was going home.
Blocks of red. Dad's favourite painting. Maybe something about that painting will help me figure out the combination.
I don't see any numerical shapes, so I'm assuming it's counting. So if it's counting, I'm assuming 4, because there are 4 blocks, or it's 2 and 2, because you got 2 big ones and 2 little ones, maybe? Okay. There's another one place we can go up, excuse me, up high.
Mum with me as a baby. I've never seen this. Hard to believe I was ever that small. I don't have any memory of this. I wish I could remember doing this. Mum died too young.
Okay, anyway. Alright, I see nothing else to check down here, so let's go up. Ooh, another case. Open with the key.
This was for a show in London of Mum's work. What I wouldn't give to see this today. It says here, Amelia Croft plans to show her work in New York. I wonder what happened with that.
I don't know. I'm out of line with my TV. Yep. It's out of line with my TV. That's why I had trouble tracking it.
Lara arrived tonight, though not without a bit of drama, but
as
all
usual.
Is well. She's a healthy, beautiful baby. I've never seen Richard so happy.
I'm
sure he'll
Richard,
be celebrating with his favourite whiskey tonight.
Dialogue.
It's calm and peaceful now. Just the gentle sound of the rain and the small, sleeping breaths of this new life I hold in my arms. Lara Croft, my darling daughter.
Roll credits.
It's hard to put into words this feeling I have. We share a connection, something I never expected. A love so powerful and pure. Someday you'll feel it too. No matter where you go or where you find your place in this world, we will always have this connection.
Well, okay then. Is that it? Okay.
I'm glad I still have so much of Mum's work.
Sorry, I'm not trying to make you dizzy. I'm just trying to make sure that I haven't missed anything. Ooh, there's another spot.
With Amelia gone, the manor is a different place. A dimness pervades, a quiet I can't stand. Even though Lara is too young to understand what has happened, she also senses the change. She's asked after her mother only once, and I'm afraid my reaction must have terrified her. I will need Winston more than ever these next few months to help look after her. I never quite realized how much grief can consume a man, but I am utterly consumed. I know I can't escape the pain, but I will try my damnedest to avoid it. I will seal the West Wing for as long as I live in this place. It will remain exactly as Amelia left it. Perhaps someday Lara can find her own answers there.
Except for the trees and shit. Open wide. Ooh, what's this? We're in the master bedroom.
After everything Atlas has done, how could you tell him about the expedition?
It's just all been too much. I needed to talk to someone. He's still my brother.
I think this was Dad's pocket watch. Looks like it stopped precisely at midnight.
Okay, that'd be a 12.
I don't trust him.
You don't have to.
There was nothing
Richard,
about that
but
in the
please,
clues.
trust me.
I'm sorry, my dear, but I know him. He'll
This is Dad. I suppose it's a family tradition, but I can't imagine having one of these made it.
the papers. The investors will pull out.
I'm sorry, was that a joke about Laura Croft's bust? Seriously.
My mother's perfume. The smell. So familiar. I can almost remember.
I know, I'm getting it.
I believe
Next.
it took this trip to push me over the edge.
Oh, I see capital letters.
I've been able to see Richard in his element, seeing him at his best and his worst. I've experienced the purity and chaos of his passion, and I came to realize I want his passion in my life every day.
Every day.
So it's done. Richard wanted to wait another 4 days until my birthday, but I wouldn't have it. Once I make a decision, I prefer to get on with it.
Okay.
So we found a small chapel.
We needed to know the anniversary date, right? So the anniversary date is going to be the date that they were married. And this, they're basically saying that she got married,
Mother will never
even though he wanted to wait another 4 days until her birthday. So if we can figure out what her birthday is,
I don't care anymore.
then we know
I'm
that the
free of
marriage,
demonic obligations,
the anniversary is
free
4
to
days
pursue
prior
my
to
own
that.
passions and live my
kind of
life
a clue.
surrounded by those who will encourage and challenge me. I'm excited for the future, whatever it may bring. Tomorrow, Richard and I return home to London as the Crofts, forging our path together.
Okay. All right, so we got a clue there. I'll tackle that in a minute. Picture.
Mum, on her wedding day, she looks so beautiful. There's a date, October something. Damn, the number is faded.
October something, but we know that it's
The
October
anniversary was in October.
something.
Hey, I can't believe
It's
I
3
don't know
days
this.
before her birthday.
There's got to be another clue somewhere. I remember this. Dad gave it to
here we go,
Mum on
birthday.
her birthday.
Is there a date? Is there a date?
October 13th.
There we
Mum's
go.
birthday.
Okay, so October 13th is her mom's birthday. So October
Okay,
13th
back to the study.
minus
Let's see.
4 is 9. So we've got double birdies, probably like 4 or 2 and 2 or something with the picture, and then that's definitely a 9. Sweet. What's in here? Oh, why can't I open it?
I am bursting with pride. Amelia is with child. It is amazing how everything in life can change with such a simple event. Obviously, we don't know the gender, but already we've discussed possible names. Perhaps Benjamin, after my grandfather? Or maybe Griffin.
It was a
He
simpler
was
time
more
when there were
into us
only
across
2
than even
choices
me.
for
No,
gender.
Amelia wouldn't have it. Besides, she's certain
But of course, it was
it's
also
a
before
girl.
Facebook,
She
you know.
favors a
The dark
classic
times.
such as Scarlet or Kate, though I've made some headway with Lara. A subtle nod to the sun god Ra, and our days in Egypt, where certainly this child was conceived. I find myself thinking about this new life we've created, of how much she might be like us. For all my research into myths of immortality, I may have ignored the most obvious answer to the questions that plague me. We live on through our progeny, our genes, DNA, experiences passed through the generations. Perhaps this is the simple truth of eternal life, and I've just been too stubborn to accept it.
Dad
Maybe.
may have discovered the secret to immortality without even knowing it. Mum's wedding ring. I always wondered what happened to it.
Is there an inscription? It says examine for more information.
The inscription is faded.
Damn. Oh. Well, but we didn't need that anyway. If you're curious, my wedding ring has an inscription as well. My wife inscribed it to say, "May the Force be with us." You knew it had to be something like that, right? Okay. So I need to figure out the double birdie thing. I should have done that while I was in the library before. This is the library, right? Okay, it's just the upstairs of the library. So I need to go back downstairs and use that book. Oh, no, wait, it's not the book. It's going to be somewhere in my menu, isn't it? Okay, I haven't even used the menu yet. All right, so documents. That's not doing it. Egyptian crown, Amelia's next. Hieroglyphs word. Okay, yeah. Okay, so double birdie is 5. Double birdie is 5. All right, so we got probably 549. If that doesn't work, I'll try 529 because it was 2 pairs of 2.
Dad, what do you keep in there?
Nothing too important, Lara. Estate business and such.
If it's not important, then why bother putting it in a safe?
I should know better than to try and pull one over on you.
5.
There is something important in
Yeah,
here.
5.
And it's for
4.
you, should you need it sometime.
9.
Well, let's hope it
0.
came through for me, Dad. It makes me happy to know that Dad kept it safe.
Sweet. Whee!
No, that's not what I'm looking for.
No, it's not.
I am numb.
Dad, don't know
This
what
is
did you
taking
do?
all my willpower to hold back the overwhelming grief. Amelia's plane crashed in the mountains. She died alone in the snow, waiting for me to find her. Oh God, not her, not now. I cannot accept it. Life without her is too painful to imagine. I know what must be done.
What?
And I am resolved. I'm going to bring her back. Perhaps this is why I am here. Perhaps this is fate.
You got a
test of
Lazarus
my
pit
faith in
somewhere,
the truth
buddy?
I sought for so long. Roth will fight me on this, but I can't face Lara. I can't look into her eyes unless I try. I must try to bring Amelia back. The monks are preparing the elixir now, and then we will see if all my years of hunting this truth was for naught.
Interesting.
Dad, what did you do?
Yet another.
That sequel to his first book on immortality. He never got a chance to publish it.
Ooh, stuff.
Handwritten. This is the only copy.
Okay.
Damn, this isn't it either. I was certain there had to be a will in here.
Oh, you're looking for a
Wait, What's
will.
that? A blank page.
A blank page?
Dad must have left this for me. It has to be important.
Well, okay, if it's a blank page, then you know where we're going, right? We're going back to the fireplace. Right? Because the last blank page we had was that whole invisible ink thing, and they've mentioned invisible ink a couple of times now. And we've already used it once. So let's go.
A hidden message.
Here we go. Okay, that's the checkerboard there on the top left. So that is the little downstairs thing, or the wine cellar thing, and that apparently I need to move something. Okay, well, I mean, I'll recognize it when I see it, I think. Okay, but there's something uh-oh.
What are these strange marks? They have to be some kind of clue.
All right, they gotta be... I want to rotate. It's some kind of... It's like a... Come on. I have the hardest time, because you're only able to move it with one stick. Makes it kind of a bitch to try to figure out what this is. Alright, so it's... Oh, for frack's sake. Come on. It's some kind of thing with sticks and dots. It's some kind of thing that looks like a... kind of a weird loopy cross thing. And then a bird and a stick. It'll be in my stuff, I'm sure. Okay, now I need to go back to where I was, right? And that was... How did I get there? Okay, I'm trying to remember. Well, there's another door I haven't gone through. That's stairs. Okay, that's fine. If I don't fully remember, I can always just go back fully the way I came. Okay, so that's the other side. No, wait, that is the one that I already took before. I went down the stairs, then I had to take this way. That took me down to... Aha, here we go. Alright, so it's... Somehow... It's like... Okay. It's like the middle of... Yes, it's this. There's something on the wall. Okay, it's another one of those. Okay, so let's do... Oh, wrong one. Let's do another thingamabob with the hieroglyphic thing. Alright, Egyptian hieroglyphic worksheet.
I remember this now. Each district in ancient Egypt
okay, so that's
had a
one
symbol and a number. I always preferred these symbols to the actual number hieroglyphs.
Bird with a stick, bird with a stick, bird with a stick. 142. Come on, baby. What just happened? Oh, sweet! Secret passage.
Damn, locked in.
Oh, secret passage that your dad just trapped you in and you may die.
Just to keep his research safe.
Okay.
The missing page from the renovation plans. They didn't want anyone outside the family knowing about this crypt.
My love, it is silent, so peacefully silent now. Even after the madness and chaos of the crash, I can't help but still wonder at the beauty of these
she
mountains.
wrote this while she was there.
I understand the magic that drew you here. Please know that I feel no pain in this moment. Only immense sadness. Sadness that I couldn't see your smiling face once more. That I'll never meet the wonderful woman that our daughter will become.
Well, according to your brother, she won't become a wonderful woman. She'll be a psycho.
To say, but I'm tired. The sun is setting. The cold of night will overwhelm me. I know I will fall asleep soon, and likely never again awaken in this world. I'm scared. Richard, what lies beyond? You know I've always struggled with faith, so I'm holding on to yours for now. I'm holding on as best I can, my love. Become the father Lara deserves. Know that I will live on in her.
Mum faced death alone. She was so brave.
But not in like a live on in her the way that it worked with the first game kind of thing.
Might be able to use this to access other parts of the manor.
What? Okay, I didn't realize there were places like that, but okay.
There's an inscription. This is the Croft universe. Our knowledge is to the east. Our respite to the west. Our future is to the south. Our past is to the north.
Okay, wait. Just in case I need it. R-E. No. R-K. R-P-K-F. R-P-K-F.
Our past to the north.
Oh, hey.
Could there be something else beneath the manor?
Whoa. Nice. Still got other stuff to check, though, in here, so let's do that first.
Dad's Tibetan scroll. I remember he used to pore over this late into the night.
And apparently I can't. Alright, how about the little thingy on the table?
This
Dragon.
was part of a set of statues Dad found in China. He thought it was linked to the
In
Temple of
China.
Shin. Perhaps I should look into it someday.
It was found in Ew. A bug.
Dad's collected knowledge. There must be so many secrets hidden in here.
Okay. But we're not going to check that out, because surely there won't be any clues. Whoa!
Amazing. Even in here, Dad went out of his way to hide his findings.
Damn. Alright, well. Let's see what's up in here.
Hi, Dad. So I know I only just returned to school, but when can I come out to the dig site again? It's just so boring here. We're doing all the stuff I already read last summer. I always end up staring out the window and thinking about our expeditions, and then I'm yelled at for daydreaming. I promise I'll be good and not disturb you and just work wherever you tell me. I just miss it, Dad. And I miss you.
That's sad. I've been down in this area before? Yes, I have. Okay. Come on. Secret entrance. Alright, so now I'm confused. Solve the riddle of the sun-shaped plaque. Okay, current objective is to go there. Okay. Main room, right? Oh, that thing.
Our knowledge is to the east, our respite to the west. Our future is to the south, our past is to the north.
Our past was in the house. If I actually need that. Oh, okay, here we go. Something special up here. I know they're not probably trying. Actually, they couldn't be because of when the game came out. They're not actually trying to evoke Resident Evil 7. But still.
Incredible. This crypt
Whoa.
was here all along.
Cool.
I expected a sort of crushing finality to grip me when we returned to the manor to lay Amelia to rest. Indeed, once the last of my funereal duties were performed, I fully believed that I would crumple to the ground next to her and expire, not from grief, but succumbing to the terrible exhaustion of the last few weeks. Instead, as the mausoleum stones slid into place, I felt a sort of peace and energy, one that I confess caught me entirely off guard. This was not the terminus of our story, and I was a fool to think so. Her body may be gone, but her spirit still resides here, in the manor, in me, in Lara.
She's like the wind.
Her soul is forever twined with mine, and death is just a momentary interruption. I walked out of that cold quiet into a sunlight that burned my eyes, and I have never been more sure. Death is not the end, and there is work yet to do.
Okay. Cute. Nice atmosphere again. And it's easy to get lost in the fact that there is a really cool atmosphere to this, given the fact, though, that it is a point and click.
Can it be? Dad, you did bring her home.
Damn. Oh, this must be the end or something important.
My dearest Lara, it is difficult to write this, knowing these may only ever be words on a page to you. I wonder if you will remember my voice. Will you remember the way we used to play and laugh? Will you remember me comforting you when you were sad? Know that I'm still with you, Lara. My energy, my love. It's within you. It always will be. Use that energy to pursue your passions in life. Never let others determine your journey. You become who you are through your choices, through the love you give and the promises you keep. I hope you are happy, that you are loved and successful in whatever it is you choose to do. I am proud of you, my darling. Remember me with all my love, your mother.
Oh, dread ghost, remember me. And there we go. Okay, that was the whole thing. So consider this, I guess, a walkthrough as well. Cool. So again,
what's this?
Ooh, additional relics have become available in the manor. I'm not going to necessarily go check them out right now, because I'd probably... Aw, 2 days later. Really? There's stuff to check out? Really? Really? Thought I was done, man. Thought I was about to be able to say we gone.
Mistress Lara, I took the liberty of preparing a tray, as dinner did not go according to plans. I've included, in addition to your meal, a few treats. I would appreciate it if you kept this between us, but I felt tonight called for something special. If you will forgive me the indulgence, your rapid exit from the dinner table had me concerned, and I wanted to impart something that I hope sets your mind at ease. I have known your father for quite some time. There is an intensity to his passion that can be frightening, but I recognize that same passion in you. You're more like him than you know. Never doubt that he loves you more than his research, more than his artifacts, more than anything in this world. Storms pass, and tomorrow will be clear and blue again. When you have finished, please leave the tray outside. Be well. Yours, Winston.
Alright, just looking to see if there's any other stuff. Like it was saying. Figure there's anything new would be in the library. I'm doing the Buggle Boom. Did I ever even go up there? Did I know I could go up there?
This picture was taken in the library. 1820 additions to the main hall in progress.
So maybe the additional documents are just any that I missed on the first run? Though I don't recall that other one having been there the first time around. Oh, there's something in there too.
The broken sword I brought back from Yamatai.
Oh, okay. So now we're more looking at her stuff than his. Yeah!
I can still remember the last time I fired these.
Yeah. And so can I, because I just finished the main game the other day. Reveal documents and clues by accessing the status screen. Alright, so there's 7 more relics, 7 more documents. Somewhere inside the building. Do I actually care enough to try to hunt them all down? We'll see. We'll see how fast I can just get through the bulk of the rest of the house. Oh, there's nothing in there.
The Atlas. Such an amazing piece of craftsmanship. Sophia insisted
Spoiler!
I
Spoiler!
take it home with me.
Spoiler! 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 Sort of. Minor spoiler, at least. Make sure I don't miss anything. But of course it's claiming that I have. Either missed or just got added. I'm trying not to take my whole freaking day. I hadn't expected this game or this scenario to take this freaking long. Nope, okay. Mama's wing.
This is strangely beautiful.
That's what I said. Now there shouldn't be any, unless I missed something, there shouldn't be anything new in here, though. Because technically she didn't have access to that until recently. Oh, I did miss a thing that can be opened here, apparently.
Amelia would not have approved. That alone should have been the end of it. But I am, as God made me, a stubborn fool. I locked all the West Wing's doors, and I shall not open them again until either my life or my obstinacy comes to an end. The night before, Roth told me I would someday change my mind. Like a broken arm cast in plaster, he said. The wound would heal, and we would someday shed the bandages to be whole again. The metaphor made me furious.
Well, if you're in a cast, that's not really a
he cast our loss off as
bandage,
nothing
but
more than an
okay.
inconvenience. There is wisdom in his rough words, but I've done what I must. Perhaps one day, Lara will throw back the doors to let the sun shine in again. Maybe she will find her own sense of peace in this place.
Not sure about sun, but she did wind up eventually opening it up. Hey, look, trash. Check around the rest of this main room. I mean, it's really just a matter of teleports, Spidey sense, teleport, Spidey sense.
Not sure. I really need to brush up on my ancestors.
Oh, I'm sure I'm... Yep, that's my problem. I'm unangled with the TV again. Back in the library again. And back upstairs again, where I've previously been. Alright, so I am not going to spend a ton of time trying to hunt down whatever artifacts it is that I'm missing. Apparently I'm 88%, probably about 88%, 5 relics to find and 6 more documents to find. But it's not like it's telling me where they are or anything like that, obviously. So rather than drive myself nuts trying to find these for right now while I'm on the stream, I'm just gonna say give some final thoughts and then I'll be out of here. And if I do return to it, I will return to it at a later date to find those. So again, it's not really what I think a lot of people expected when they said there was going to be a VR segment added to a Tomb Raider game. It is essentially point and click. It is somewhat more poignant if you have played all the way through both of the Tomb Raider games so far, because you'll get references, both of the reboot ones, the second reboot ones. You'll get a good sense of Lara and her family, and how her family especially plays into Rise of the Tomb Raider, which in and of itself I would suggest playing all the way through to the end for some of the more poignant aspects of this, although if you do it about midway through, you would also get some of the aspects that come later and kind of have more emotional impact, possibly. Although the whole Atlas thing that I found, the little geometric shape thing, might be a little bit of a, wait, what? Kind of thing, because it is kind of a surprise when it's that shape when you find it in Rise of the Tomb Raider, though it's not a major spoiler or anything like that, otherwise I wouldn't be highlighting it here. So, not bad, not bad. I'm really glad actually that I bought this. I actually bought this specifically for the VR stuff because of when when I was just getting into PSVR, there was a great sale at Target where you could buy like 2 games and get one free or something like that. And I must say that while the VR experience is nice, kind of interesting, little different, it certainly wouldn't have justified the price tag, but this is definitely a strong game in and of itself. I'm hard-pressed to say whether it is the previous game or this game that was the best of the new reboot games, and I look forward to the third one. Hopefully they'll do some VR stuff with that as well. But if you were looking for VR content and you're kind of starved for it, you can check out Lara Croft's newest adventure, which is Rise of the Tomb Raider, on PlayStation VR, and get access to the free Blood Ties VR mission. But again, it will be a bit different than the main game. With that, I'll be heading out of here. Still got to check out maybe 1 or 2 streams here within the next day or so, perhaps within the next few hours here. We'll see. But thank you for watching, and have a good one.